For me, the fellowship has demystified the whole thing. It's gone from being this like land of Oz that it's like, oh, one day I'll get there, and show me that it's a business. Getting out here for that full week of meetings. The first meeting I had, I was so nervous, and I had to stop at one point and be like, let me start again, you know. But then by the end of the week, I was like, I can do this. I was born to do this. Let's go. And it's a business built on relationships, and it's hard to cultivate those relationships from somewhere else. I mean, LA, if you want to accelerate your writing career, you need to get here. You don't have to live here, but it's going to be a lot harder to do it from a phone, from the internet, somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's so great to be in that room talking about writing and talking about movies and sharing our passion about our scripts with all these other people who've read them and enjoyed them. So it's been really exciting.
And every day you'd see writers come in and take meetings with the producers or whatever. Through the fellowship, I was the one taking the meetings. You know, I was on the other side of the table, and when the door closed, I was on the right side of it. You know, I wasn't sitting out behind the desk. And for me, that was an epiphany. You know, that was the best feeling so far.
Every single time I've stepped on a studio lot in the last 6 months, it's the best feeling in the world to go through those gates. And I hope I never lose that, because I love it. There's something magical about being on the lot and being there and getting to take these meetings on those lots and really getting to be the one that's taking the meeting rather than because I've done internships in the industry before too, and it's great to be the one taking the meeting rather than watching the meeting from the side.
I would recommend the ScreenCraft Fellowship because they actually get you to LA and they put you in a room with people who are making movies. They show you that it's a business first and foremost, and they put you in the channels that you need to be in to make it in this business.
One of the best things a new writer can get is an advocate, and that's the biggest benefit of the ScreenCraft Fellowship is you have these amazing advocates for your work who are putting your work into the right hands. That's invaluable, because it's so hard to get your work out there without that person vouching for you.
I just moved out to LA this past week through the fellowship. I got connected with a manager, read my material, really liked it, and she offered to represent me, so I'm starting to move forward with her with my career. In addition to that, a group of producers found out about the fellowship and they brought me in to write a script for them, which they're now attaching financing and actors too, so that's something like that'll go pretty soon.
Congratulations. TA, what have you been up to?
I also just moved to LA this week. I've been taking meetings, considering a couple options for representation.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's going great.
Cool.
It's been good.
Good. And Amanda, what have you been up to the past year?
After winning the fellowship, you guys set us up on some amazing meetings, and I had a couple different managers offer me representation, so I chose to go with Anonymous Content, and they're amazing. A couple weeks after that, they actually had sent my stuff off to some agents, and I ended up signing with Paradigm. So I have representation on both sides, and it's really exciting. We're getting all the stuff getting all my scripts ready to go out now. So
that's really exciting. So a year later, you guys are all represented.
When I was here in May, when you guys brought me out, you set up like 2 or 3 meetings every day. And it was important to be thrown into all those meetings and know whether you can be good in a room as well as good on a page.
And we are overjoyed at the success that you guys have had so far. But I'm curious, what attracted you to the fellowship? Why did you enter your screenplay?
I liked that it was going to be hands-on and that it was open to TV and film. It seemed like you guys were really looking for unique, strong voices.
I really liked that it was the whole program and that we had a chance to, develop our material and get really thorough notes, but also the meetings and the access. I mean, that's a more valuable prize than money. I mean, really getting those meetings and getting and building your network, that's really the best thing a contest can give you. So that's why I wanted to be part of it. So.
Yeah, a lot of contests, you just get the bragging rights and you have a little bit of money and then it's over. But you guys have been advocates for our work. You really set us up with meetings and put us in the industry and how it works.
Awesome.
And some contests are tied into like festivals and they just want to sell you a badge to their festival.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
like, which those can be great, but this is tailored specifically to what you've written.
We get questions all the time from screenwriters. How do I get an agent? How do I get a manager? How did you guys do it?
Writing a great script. You have to have a script, and a great script with a very castable lead, I think, is very helpful. Because agents look for castable characters and really unique, interesting characters that we haven't seen before.
And if you only have one really good thing and you kind of pour all your time into that and you're constantly rewriting that, it looks like, maybe they'll be able to sell that, but what's going to be after that? Where's the longevity? So I think the key is generating as much quality material as you can and showing that you kind of have an arsenal that they'll be able to use to get you work.
I agree. I mean, you do need to write a great script. Concept is king. It needs to be commercial. And you do need to have more than one piece of material ready to roll, preferably 3, 4, or 5 pieces that really capture your voice and what kind of genre you want to write in, whether it's just one or multiple genres, and be ready to think on your feet, be ready to pitch, have those things down to less than 2 minutes, and be prepared.
Looking back on the fellowship experience, what was it like?
Transformative. I think the past 2 summers, reading scripts, multiple scripts a day, you pick up on what works, what doesn't work, and I would go home and write, and I would intentionally avoid making the same mistakes. So I think that alone jumped my writing up a few years.
Eye-opening, for sure. It got me out of my own head and realizing how this industry is built on relationships. You've got to be able to really connect with people in a room. And a lot of times you lose sight of that when you're a writer. You're just thinking about the characters and what would they do, and then you don't talk to anyone for like the whole day, and someone calls you and you're like, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. Yeah, you need to balance, the life of the writer and, selling yourself, because you're selling yourself as much as you are the scripts, as far as when you break in.
Yeah, that was one thing I think that really caught our attention about your script is it had such a consistent world, and then reading your application letter too, and talking about your inspiration for the story. Mm-hmm. I think it really helped sell us on your vision as a writer and your long-term career potential. That was really exciting.
I think it's been outstanding and exhilarating. I mean, I've been working at this for a while now. As I said, I went to UCLA MFA program and everything, and the meetings that I've taken in the last 6 months have been exponentially bigger meetings than I've taken in my entire career. So it's been really fantastic, and it's been really, really helpful in getting me access and building a fan base around town and trying to put my work out there. So it's been really fantastic.
What advice do you guys have to screenwriters this year who are considering contests to enter and considering the ScreenCraft Fellowship? What advice do you have to them for increasing their chances of winning and improving their craft?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. I would say make sure it's something that you're invested in. TA alluded to making sure it's commercial, which is key, but there's no reason you can't write something commercial that you're also excited about and touches you on a deeper level. And I think if you're writing something just because you think, people will like this, it's going to read is very transparent. You need to be invested in the stuff that you're writing.
Yeah, if you can have that double-edged sword of being commercial but also capturing your personal voice, that's tough to beat. That's going to go far. And make sure it's the 3rd or 4th draft.
Right.
Rarely will that first draft break through.
Or 7th or 8th, yeah.
Yeah. Be relentless, See the movie. Write a movie, not a script. Write something that's as close to a shooting script as possible.
At Anonymous Content, my rep is Tariq Murhab. And from the minute I signed with him, we started developing the script that I had won the fellowship with. We started working on a series Bible or pitch document for it, and we started developing the script further and getting it ready to take out. He then sent it to a number of agents. I ended up signing with Paradigm because I felt like they were a really perfect fit, and I really feel like I have a strong team behind me now, which is great. Since then, we've been developing other pilots that I've written, and we're starting to get everything ready to go out, so we'll see.
Great.
It's exciting.
What meetings have they set you up with?
They've set me up on meetings with a couple producer meetings, and I met with a really big name showrunner, so that was really exciting.
Drop the name. Something that's unique and very key about ScreenCraft is that it's not just about the script that we submitted. ScreenCraft asked what other scripts I had ready when I came out for the week in LA. So it wasn't just about the winning script. There was 2 others I had ready to go that you guys were then setting meetings up regarding those scripts.
Talk about preparing a little bit. Like, what advice do you have to writers who are getting ready to move out to LA and take meetings for the first time with a prospective manager or agent or producer?
Make sure that you have more than one thing that you're ready to pitch, because they might like the first thing, but they might not. And if you have more ammunition, you have much higher chance of scoring a hit. And I would say, practice your pitch. Know the material backwards and forwards, and be willing to riff on it with whoever you're going to meet, because they might get ideas, and if they can see that you're getting excited about working with them, it's more likely that they're going to want to work with the material.
Absolutely. I would have a long and a short pitch of each thing that could possibly come up. in a meeting. You know, be able to walk them through and really paint the movie for them, get them excited.
Make sure you're ready to pitch yourself. You need to be able to tell your story and how it relates to the stories that you want to tell. So definitely be ready to pitch yourself as well as your material.
We were really fortunate to discover these 3 talented writers, and it made our work of setting up their meetings and trying to secure opportunities for them infinitely easier because their work spoke for itself. It was really a joy to work with you guys and to attend some really cool meetings too. It was neat to see you guys held yourself so well in the room.